The hunter has been practicing austerities for a very long time, and he asks the sage the following question: how shall I ever rest in the self? So the hunter knows what the goal is, but he's no idea how to achieve it. Or the problem is he's got lots of ideas about how to achieve it, but they're not working. The sage replied, "The wisdom that I imparted to you has remained weak in your heart, like a dull fire, which lies dormant in an old tree trunk. It has not been able to burn and destroy ignorance. You are not established in the Lord because you have not assimilated the teaching, and it has not become active. When you thus assimilate the teaching and it becomes active, surely you'll be established in the Lord." This all started making sense to me when I was reading a book by Douglas Harding called On Having No Head. It was actually when I was reading the introduction to the book, when Douglas Harding was describing his own awakening, that it dawned on me, the penny dropped, everything fell into place. It was quite a moment. I've read a lot of books, but nothing has ever had that impact, or that moment of revelation. It was a moment of illumination, true illumination. And I remember giving a copy of this book to a friend who was interested in these matters. Sometime afterwards I asked him how he got on with it, and he said, "I got the concept." I just laughed, because that's not what it was about. It wasn't about getting a concept. But that was the way he assimilated it, that's the way he took it. He couldn't see the implications. It would require something else to poke through to his illumination. And I'm sure the sage is having this problem with the hunter. The sage obviously feels it's worth hanging around. They've been together for thousands of years, and the sage is clearly just waiting for his moment when he can poke through to the hunter's illumination. And this is what he's saying, really. He's just telling the hunter the situation. This point of illumination has not happened. The truth has not dawned on him. It has not become properly assimilated by him. He might have seen it. My friend did see the concept, he did get it, but the implications of it didn't follow on. The appreciation of it didn't follow on. So it could be the hunter's understood the teaching, but he's not really followed the implications of it through in his own heart. In this sense, he's not established in it. He's not assimilated the teaching, and it has not become active. Now the sage is going to describe future events to the hunter, because the sage can see how this is going to play out. And it's also good because it will stop the hunter from projecting into the future. Once you just accept the future, it's a way of bringing yourself back to the moment. You're not pinning your happiness or your fulfillment onto some future event. We bring the future into the moment. I shall describe to you the future events. Listen. You have no doubt set out to attain self-knowledge, but you have not found your foothold in sound wisdom. Hence you are swinging like a pendulum. You wish to get out of this world appearance, and with this end in view, you wish to know its extent. In order to ascertain this, you are engaged in penance. It's like thrashing around in a cage. This is the traditional idea of samsara. It's something you need to get out of. And one of these ways of getting out of it is to explore its extent. It's like exploring the perimeter of your cage, so you might find a chink, a hole, a way out. In order to ascertain this, you are engaged in penance. You will continue to perform such penance for several world cycles. Then the Lord will appear before you, pleased with your penance. You will then ask him to confer upon you the following boon. Lord, I understand that this whole universe arises in ignorance. In it I cannot experience the pure and transparent knowledge of the self. Where is the end to this world appearance, and what is beyond this? In order to find the answer to this question, I beg of you to grant me the following boon. Ordain that I shall die only when I wish to. May my body be free from all ailments. May I be endowed with the speed of Garuda. May I be able to course in space without hindrance. May my body grow a mile an hour, so that soon I will grow larger than the world. Thus will I realize the extent of this creation. The Lord will grant the boon and vanish from sight. So he's got quite a few conditions, hasn't he? Quite a few conditions which he feels need to be in place before he reaches the truth.